sheet. Guys, we're not going to ramble, or I'm not going to ramble as much this time because we actually come prepared. So we've named it Photo Shoot Ready Physique Update with Kelly, the one and only Kelly, and it's week number 2. So we just got a bit of a run sheet. We're a lot more prepared today. We did a lot on the fly last time, and yeah, 2 weeks in, we're just going to cover a few things in relation to training, nutrition, mindset, and the whole purpose, and that's probably why Kel and I will obviously have a chat prior, and the whole reason, again, Kel, what was your primary reason for doing the blog updates and doing something like this every week?
For me, it's accountability. So as long as I'm held accountable, so documenting it or reporting to Adam, reporting to you guys, is going to hold me more accountable. So that way in the 8 weeks, when I do get ready for this photo shoot, I will actually be where I want to be.
Yeah, absolutely. And she certainly has. It's been, I suppose what you've found a little bit of a task in the past is sort of now creating habit, which is great. And not only that, I think, well, one, definitely the accountability side, because it would make you look a little bit silly saying you're going to get ready for a photo shoot and nothing really happened or you didn't follow through with it. But I think the whole purpose as well of why we're doing this is to show other men and women out there and inspire other men and women out there via Kel's journey, to let them know, yes, you can be photo shoot ready, but more importantly and more respectively is being able to keep it. And Kelly has a big smile on her face because her and I both know exactly what can happen when you do well post dieting period and when you may have holidays or whatever planned. So that is not going to happen this time.
No. But it is still very nerve-wracking.
Yes, you'll be fine, Kel. So now we've got some stats updates since the 4th. So Kel's officially 800 grams down already. It's so good having stats because 1, we got photos, 2, we've got measurements, and obviously the scale weight as well, which we'll go into in a minute. But Kel's 800 grams down. How are you feeling? And we did have this conversation before. You're already noticing little things and changes happening already?
Yeah, just little changes, things feeling a little bit looser here and there. Just generally, I'm obviously feeling very hungry and tired, but trying to look at those little positives, seeing the results on the scales is making me.
I notice with Kel with the delts and everything like that. There's little parts with Kel that I know when she's at certain body fat percentages, and it's good to see the shoulders coming out and everything like that. So bring it on over the next 7 weeks. 7 weeks till photos, guys. So this is a really good subject to bring up, is that Kel and I were having a conversation at some stage, and this was probably when Kel was just in a little bit of a stressful period or whatever it may have been, work related, whatever, and had a little bit of a moment about the scales. And I thankfully had stats from when we started Kel's amazing journey, and I had to remind Kelly that, 1, yes, the scale weight might have been the same, but her body composition is totally different, and her waist measurement sitting evenly was at 10 centimeters less, but she was the same scale weight as she was some time ago. For those of you who do or do not know Kel, is that the amount of muscle density that Kelly's been able to pack on over the year is amazing. And we've got some before and after photos, and Kel's gone through everything, the bodybuilding side of things, or the bikini athlete side, and did really well there, and basically experienced it all. But I suppose that through this journey, it's very difficult because you don't have a definitive stage date or something like that. But quality comes with time, and looking back on that, and when I reminded you of that, how would you explain to some of the men and women out there watching as far as just going by the scales?
Well, obviously it's not 100% correct, because going by the scales, I would look at it and say, why am I doing all this? I still weigh the same as I did last time. And then luckily for Adam to give me that reminder to say there's 10 centimetres of your waist difference. So you're, okay. So there actually is improvements if instead of just going by that scale weight you get disheartened.
Yeah.
It's not always 100% accurate.
Yeah. And especially not weighing every day. Every day is the word, like the weight fluctuations and you'd experience this. You know, weighing daily, again, there's so many variables that come into place as far as sleep, you might have eaten something different, sodium intake, fluid intake, stress, you name it, and these can be 1 or 2% variations or fluctuations in body weight. So at the moment, we've actually got Kel weighing in 3 times during the week. Why? Is because of these fluctuations, but we're taking sort of an average of the 3 weights. But not to mention that, I think photos are very important. They were absolute key when we were comparing sort of where Kel's physique was, say, 12 months ago to now. And not only that, body measurements and certain body scans are also a really good idea too. Just as a weight is only one measure of progress. Again, if every week Kel weighed in and her weight was going up, well, yeah, we've probably got a problem. Or the cookie jar or the Tim Tams are getting hammered. So we know what's going on there, but it's one form or unit of measure. It should not be taken as the be all and end all. And unfortunately, no matter how many times we know this or it's drilled into us, it still can take such a toll and affects someone's whole day. So, that I found was really interesting, and I wanted to share that with you guys because Kel can certainly relate to, have a look at the scales, but then being reminded as far as
don't let that number on the scale get to you.
Yeah. All right. So, sleep and stress when dieting. Again, when is a good time to start a dieting period? What do you think about that? When do you think is a good time to start dieting, and how important is managing sleep and stress through those periods as well?
Well, obviously it's best to try and do it in a less stressful phase of your life. But I've found just trying to go to bed that little bit earlier, sleeping that little bit longer, just get that.
You've been sleeping really well,
I've been having lots of sleep lately.
Really slow.
Lots of sleep and stressing less. So it definitely plays a part of it.
I'd say sleep and stress is like stepping on the accelerator with the handbrake on. It's borderline impossible if sleep and stress is through the roof as far as trying to get optimal results and progress. I speak from experience, Kel speaks from experience, and not only that, dieting for the wrong reasons, and being in a very stressful environment, sleeps up to shit and all those sort of things, it might be better to clean that side up first prior to starting any sort of dieting period. And the other one too, Kel, should you diet all the way up to going on holidays?
Preferably not. We've done that before and it hasn't worked very well.
Kel did it when she went to New Zealand and sort of was on relatively lower food for you. And it obviously wasn't the optimal environment. I went to Bali one time, absolutely shredded. It was great for 3 days, but I come back after 10 days, 8 kilos heavier. So the physiological and psychological backlashes just aren't worth it. So what you probably want to do, and this is why we've done this as far as Kel's photo shoot ready, is that we want to get her ready early and then reverse her out, bring her calories back up, get the metabolism firing at full capacity so that when Kel's overseas, Kel can enjoy a little bit more freedom and flexibility as well. So, and sometimes you've got to learn the hard way. I think we definitely do, to be a lot more cautious and strategic this time around. So that's why, again, guys, like there's 7 weeks till Kel's photos, and then it's about another 3 or 4 after three after that to try and bring the food back up, or if not earlier. It'll all depend. Food and food prep advice. Now, Kel's on around the 1700 calorie mark. It is lower for Kel. We sort of sit and idle around that sort of 1900, 2000, 2100 mark as well. over this last couple of weeks, sort of what have you implemented, and what sort of advice can you give to the men and women out there watching to make it a little bit easier for them as well?
Well, as you said, definitely food prepping. So I found like if I'm prepping my food and prepping the right foods, having all my snacks and everything organised for work, I'm not getting as hungry, I guess, because I've got everything accounted for. If you're sort of just hoping to grab food on the run, obviously that limits your choices, and then sushi. Yeah.
She got sick from sashimi, but come back and bit her in the backside, that one.
So yeah, that sort of limits your, especially when you're on such low food, I find, that if I don't make the right choices, I'm very hungry, and then you're bound to binge on something else. So by having all my food prepped, I'm eliminating that option of
settling for convenience.
Exactly.
I always say to Kel too, and myself included, even though I'm not in a dieting period as such, is find some staple meals that you can cook in advance and freeze. But some people might only want to make 3 meals in advance. Some people, it works eating fresh. Do what works for you, but stick to it. Keep to it, because for me, people go, oh my God, you weigh your food, blah, blah, blah. But I always say, well, you've got to put that meal together. And the only difference is you're putting, you're resetting the scales to 0 every time you're weighing the food. And it's so ingrained as far as habit in my lifestyle. I don't even know I'm doing it. I grab that and I don't even, it's like when you're driving from home to work, you don't even remember getting there sometimes. It's so automated. And that's what it gets to. So, I suppose that like going back to the things that you find a pain in the backside now, in a couple of weeks to come, and prepping in advance will just be habit for you.
Exactly, yeah, because my breakfast is my normal routine, so I just said sticking with the routine, something that's simple. Then lunches are prepped in advance, so they're frozen meals like a microwave at work, and then dinner I like to eat fresh, so I'll cook that each night fresh.
I'm the same. Brekkie and dinner's fresh, and then I've got 3 staple meals as well. I just want to refer back to when Kel says low food. She's saying low, 1,700. It's relative in terms of Kel. There's some men and women, again, individual variability. There is so much variance as far as metabolisms, diet history, genetics, you name it. So we're only just painting the picture as far as Kelly's story, and that's what you've also got to understand too. If you are at 1,700 calories, it might be a surplus or whatever for you at that particular period of time, but Kelly is in a calorie deficit for her at this stage in time, and especially what will end up happening too is when Kel's body fat gets down lower, this is where the hunger and the cravings get into it as well, because the body's fighting against what Kelly's trying to do as far as a survival mechanism, and we've got to understand and respect that to its full capabilities as well. Weight training and cardio, this is one I really wanted to touch on. When we moulded and adapted Kel's training over time based on sort of her work commitments, sleep, stress, there was a lot of change and variance as far as what we did to just keep you training, keeping you in there. And the cool thing is now her back lifting some heavy things, and her body definitely knows all about that. Can you explain to the men and women listening is what's your weight training schedule and how much cardio are you doing?
So at the moment, for this last 2 weeks, I'm back to 5 sessions of weights a week. And as Adam said, we've changed the program, so now it's back to lifting heavy, which I'm enjoying. Yeah. And I've done no cardio.
No cardio,
which is it's killing me, but it's good to see the changes happening without adding that cardio in.
Yeah. And reason why I wanted Kel to point that out is that cardio we can introduce as a weapon. There's different ways to create calorie deficits, and one is obviously a reduction in food, and I don't particularly like doing that with Kel because I know when things get lower, she's more likely to have uncontrollable cravings, which can potentially be a red flag and a hindrance to our progress. So what we've got is plenty of opportunity to increase cardio for Kelly's sort of just sanity, as in just it's great as far as a mental standpoint. It's a bit of therapy, and not only that, it's a good way to create a calorie deficit without having to just constantly rip into the calories. Again, we've still got plenty of room to move there, and we will be aggressive if we need to, But as Kel said, if we're on zero cardio now and we introduce it, that's a great tool and a weapon to use. Different people like different things, and these are conversations that I'll have with Kel as time goes on, where Kel will be like, no, I can't handle any more cardio, we're going to have to take it from food, or whatever it may be. That's sort of a call that we get based on the feedback Kel gives me as well. So again, everyone's different. A lot of people like doing more cardio and keeping their food high. Individual variability, everyone is different in their own right. Again, we won't go back, I just wanted to recap as far as making sure that we don't use scales as the only form of progress there. Photos, measurements, DEXA scans, these sort of things are such a great tool as well, because over a 12-month period, and especially with Kel, especially for those who've known her whole body shape has changed and great balance and muscle density. That's why I'm getting excited to show you guys sort of when Kel's fully fledged and peaking for a photo shoot. It's going to be pretty amazing to see the transformation take place. Any particular advice this week that you could give to anyone who's about to start their program or wants to get that photo shoot look and keep it? Is there any advice that you could give anyone at the moment?
I think for me the biggest thing this week has just been obviously because food's changed, I'm not doing cardio, all that sort of stuff, and then when I'm constantly getting hungry, I just got to focus on drinking water. So I think for me the biggest thing was just what's my purpose, why am I doing this, and focusing on that to keep me sane and just keep going towards that goal. Yeah. Otherwise you sort of go, what am I doing? Yeah. So having that purpose and accountability as to why you're doing it. Yeah.
And then goal setting is so important, short and long term. And then the other thing too is I just say, do the things that need to be done, even when you don't feel like doing them. The little things become big things over time, and it's just all about ingraining that habit. The first 2 to 4 weeks is tough, especially when you are making so many changes and adjustments. And it's you hear the same stuff, consistency. It's that word right there sums it up. Consistency with food, consistency with training, consistency with that mindset and thinking about that end goal or the photo shoot day or whatever it may be. So there's no secret sauce or magic sub. Unfortunately, I can't share anything with you with that. It's just good old hard work. So.
Exactly. Tick the boxes off, write down what you need to do for that day, and tick them off.
And the other thing I wanted to finish up on, so that's sort of week 2 as a wrap. We didn't ramble on as much. Well, I didn't, sorry. You can find us at Total Sports Nutrition Oz. I'll chuck it up on the screen. I'll put Kel's Instagram handle up there as well, and the Facebook also. If you wish to contact us or got any questions whatsoever, or want to join Team TSN and be a part of the mentoring program, aka Extended Family, we'll welcome you with open arms, and I'll also link all the details there through. But other than that, if there's any questions or anything at all that we can help with, feel free to send it through. There's so many ways these days of getting in contact with us through social media, so please do so. We'd love to hear from you. And that's a wrap. Week 2, I think we sort of dusted the cobwebs off a little bit this week, and it's good actually having a bit of a run sheet. So over and out, photo shoot ready, physique uptake, week number 2.